Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin again back below 30k. So we've been trading in this range for the last few days, but Bitcoin seems to have more and more difficulties to make higher highs. So we're going to take a look at that. It could be that we are already in the last dip down, but if we are, then we really need to see an impulsive move down now with a lot of selling pressure. Otherwise, it's probably not going to happen. And we're getting into that detail now in a minute. What I saw here on CoinMarketCap when I just took a look at it, here join CoinMarketCap in the metaverse for our first ever online conference on May 26 to 27. So if you know more about that, let me know. I took a quick look at it. I haven't really done any deeper research on it, but it seems to be something interesting. What I don't know is if it is really in a metaverse or is it just an online conference. So if you know more about that, and if you are going to join this, then let me know in the comments. Certainly interesting, but I've only literally just seen this and I will need to take a deeper look into that. But yeah, if any one of you is interested in joining that conference here, you can do that on CoinMarketCap. Overall, together with Bitcoin, the market rather moving sideways. It is red throughout today, with a few exceptions. Which is no surprise in Terra, which is no surprise given that Bitcoin is going down a little bit. But yeah, nothing too special here today. But what is Bitcoin doing? Because we are really here at a key decision point at the moment. So obviously we've come here into the target area. As you know, when you've been following me, we've come into that 20 to 29k target area. Maybe we are still, maybe we are not in this descending wedge, depending on how I draw, ascending wedge. Depending on how I draw it, if I just use the wicks, for example, we are still in it. If I don't take the wicks on the 4-hour chart, then you could probably even construct it as that we've already broken out, and therefore relying on patterns alone is always a bit tricky because this one is a bit messy, especially on the Bitcoin chart. There are a few other cryptos where it's much clearer. Here on the Bitcoin chart, it is a bit messy and you can draw them in different ways. Usually you should just not cut through candle bodies. And when I align it like that on the 4-hour chart, then you will see that we've already broken out of it on the 4-hour. Now on the 1-hour, it's looking completely different because these wicks are candle bodies on the 1-hour. So it's always a bit difficult. But it's not necessarily about the pattern. If we really break out of this pattern, we should now soon see selling pressure come in and selling momentum and selling volume. We currently see down here a volume decline, so we don't really see that yet. Told you in the previous videos since yesterday that we could now already be here in the leg down, in the final sell-off. I've been talking about a new sell-off that I do expect that should ideally go below the previous low here from the 12th of May, so it should get below 25.5k. Ideal level from my point of view would be the 22k level that is down here. You can see that line. That is the 200-week moving average. Bitcoin only in the past really very briefly broke below it, and I think when it did that, the weekly candle didn't even close below it. Yeah, that was during COVID or when COVID started. So as I said, I do expect another move down. People have asked me on what basis. Well, my basis is the Elliott Wave count, which suggests that we had a wave 3 here, we had a wave 4 up here, and the wave 5 therefore is still coming. So the medium term Elliott Wave count isn't over yet. From a higher level point of view, this larger wave 2, this could be complete because we did reach my target area that I defined back in November. So all of this has happened. We've been talking about that for months and months, this adventure coming down into this target area. Many people didn't believe it. And of course, we never know with certainty, but it has remained my primary expectation. We've come into this target area. And from that point of view, Bitcoin has done what it needs to do. And at any time now, Bitcoin can move up. I wouldn't have any problems with it. But the medium-term Elliott Wave count still would suggest that we have one more move down, which would allow us to make a lower low. So I go back to the, maybe let's go to the 1-hour chart. So that's the medium term, sort of. So I just moved that out. Didn't want to do that. Oh, there you go. And in the small scale here, as I said already earlier today, Bitcoin hasn't made a higher high. It's actually made a lower high, and on the 4-hour chart, it looks like we broke out of the wedge to the downside, which was expected because it's an ascending wedge, a bearish pattern. So as I said, this could already have been the wave 2 of the move down, so that we have here wave 4 complete up here at around 31.5k. Yeah, wave 4 complete. That is how it currently looks like. There is never 100% certainty, and I'm getting to that in a minute. So wave 1 could be done, wave 2 could be done. We hit here the 88 point, no, I think it was the, let's double check which fib we actually reached here. So yeah, we reached the 61.8, we came close to the 78.6, perfect area for wave 2. So we can also count an ABC here, which would complete that wave 2. Now we could be in that wave 3. Yeah, and in a wave 3 you of course have ups and downs as well. And in a wave 3 this could be the wave 1, and this could be the wave 2, which came back to the 88.7% fib level. Also for a wave 2, a good retracement, and it was perfect, that 88.7. Yeah, and we could now be then in a wave 3. Now if this is the case, over the next few hours I think we can expect a sell-off. Yeah, we can expect a sell-off. We need to get that, otherwise it probably isn't a wave 3, because a wave 3 would normally the most, in this case bearish wave. It should come down quite significantly with quite a bit of an impulse. The time when to look out for that would possibly be when the US markets open. That is typically the time with the highest volatility. So that would be interesting. Look out for a move down, in my view, all the way down to 28.6k. Yeah, then we could be more certain that this is already the way down, that wave 3, and that we're in that higher level degree wave 5. Really confirmed, will that only be below the wave B here, below 28.6k. So if we really get below that. So at the moment this is looking like that. So we are not looking for another break of the 30.7k level. If that happens, this downward move hasn't started yet. Yeah, and if that happens, if we break the 30.7k, we're looking for a retest of the 31.5. Yeah, and possibly then even touching the resistance level of the wedge. In that case, that imminent sell-off scenario here has been invalidated, and as I said, it will only be confirmed below 28.6k. And if we break the 28.6k, there's a good chance we move down here to the previous low and maybe even the 200 week moving average. So on the 1 hour, we still have that short signal here on the ADX. Yeah. The RSI also still sort of in the bearish range, nothing too significant here. MACD also rather moving sideways on the 1 hour. There isn't really a lot to see here on these 1 hour indicators because the market is a little bit indecisive at the moment, so we need to really wait for that signal. What is highly interesting is on the 4 hour chart that we have here this bearish crossover on the MACD coming. Now, if this is playing out and will translate over on the daily, then it could mean that on the daily we are not going to see that bullish crossover which is coming, and it could be a catalyst for and could support that sell-off down. Yeah, here on the 4 hour we are also not in the bullish range on the RSI, and it seems to be losing momentum a little bit here. So it's interesting. It will be an interesting rest of the day. I think we could see here that sell-off start, but as I said, it's not confirmed above 28.6k, so we really need to wait for that 28.6k level. But there's a good chance we could already be in that sell-off of the wave 5 down, of that last leg. But if that really is it, the price now needs to prove that, and really we need to get momentum to the downside. Now in the 4 hour indicator there, that MACD could really support that. As you can see on the daily, we see here a bullish crossover coming, but if the 4 hour is going to play out and we see that bearish crossover, the price is going to react to it. This here might very likely be prevented and not going to play out. Maybe let's take a final look here on the 8 hour chart. Here on the 8 hour, okay, so he is also losing momentum on the bullish side. So if that is turning down, that will translate over onto the daily. And then I briefly mentioned yesterday here on the 4-day chart, which is so meaningful as sort of the medium term. That also supports my view that we haven't seen the final sell-off yet. Yeah, we still are here deep in the red. Short signal on the ADX on the 4-day. So this suggests medium term still another move down. Yeah. Overall, however, and I have to say it once more, we've reached that target area that we've been waiting for the last 6 months. So at any point in time, Bitcoin could theoretically turn around. Now at the moment, the bullish signals are too weak. The medium term Elliott Wave count would suggest another sell-off, and also we're just breaking out to the downside of a bear flag, and all of that would suggest that we see another move down. But we don't have to. Bitcoin doesn't have to do it anymore. Over the last 6 months, I've told you we need to make that lower low compared to the low in June. That's all been done, even though it was only briefly, but it was done. And from that point of view, my scenario has been fulfilled, and I'm now just waiting for the bullish signals that we are starting to move up. And I'm of course going to make you aware here about those bullish signals on this channel if you subscribe, and of course hit the like button. So, and if you want to see more timely updates, then make sure you check out the channel membership. As a silver member, you can get access to the Telegram live chat, Discord server, and a weekly live stream. And as a gold member, you even get on top of that the analysis of some stocks and shares that I follow. All right, thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.